Meanwhile, our government has a brand new idea. Why not just make the military green?
Splendid idea.
Then we'll really win all the wars.
Do you support the military adopting that EV fleet by 2030?
I do, and I think we can get there as well. And I do think that reducing our reliance on the volatility of globally traded fossil fuels, where we know that global events such as the war in Ukraine can jack up prices for people back home, it does not contribute to energy security. I think energy security is achieved when we have homegrown clean energy that is abundant, like you see in Iowa. We think that we can be a leader globally in how we have become energy independent.
Oh yeah, that's like really gonna fly. I mean, look, I don't have a problem with them trying things and experimenting with things. I'm a big believer in we need all the energy sources we can get. Let's not kid ourselves. You want to go energy independent? Then okay. Go for it. By the way, don't make our lives miserable in the process. Make sure that everybody sort of has a way to access cheap energy in the interim. We shouldn't make everybody's life miserable unless, in fact, that is exactly what they want to do. Consider this. There was a big shutdown of a major highway in DC this week, and one of the activists behind it said, this is what it's about, making people's lives difficult. Really? I mean, you think that's the answer? You're just going to make everybody's life difficult now, okay, so that maybe it gets better in the future. I got news for you. Hey, look what happened when our economy shut down in March 2020. We gave birth to a whole new industry of people working from home, of using Zoom, for example. That would not have occurred had we not been sort of up against it. When the chips are down, Americans rally. So I can tell you today, like if we suddenly lost oil and there was no source of oil in the world whatsoever, I guarantee you Americans would make the switch to green energy like that. Yes, I think it's worth planning for, but you cannot turn off energy as we know it and expect that people are going to be okay with that. I mean, you're going to have massive economic hardship. We've already seen it. Certainly with inflation, you've got energy prices creeping up again. Eric Trump is going to weigh in on this because the economy is a big part of what he talks about. It's a big part of what I talk about. But before we do that, I want you to see right here our energy secretary being asked maybe about a year and a half ago by a friend of mine that I used to work with Bloomberg at about what her plan was for energy independence in America. Watch.
What is the Granholm plan to increase oil production in America?
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Would that I had the magic wand on this. As you know, of course, oil is a global market. It is controlled by a cartel. That cartel is called OPEC, and they made a decision yesterday that they were not going to increase beyond what they were already planning. So, the interesting thing is, the Department of Energy has an energy information agency, and that agency does the forecasting of what oil and gas prices are going to be.
It tells you everything you need to know. In other words, folks, there is no plan. The only plan they can come up with is, okay, maybe let's try this green thing for our military, which, let's be honest, you can do a little experimental stuff. That's fine. But let's make sure that our military is equipped with all of the things that our military should need, right? This is like very important. We need to make sure that our military has the best access to everything. And you don't want to be like stranded in the middle of who knows where, because you can't get a charging station for your Humvee. I mean, this is, fine, go for it. Do some experiments, but do not make the military dependent on any kind of technology that is not ready.